Hey folks, welcome back to Be Outdoors. I'm back up in my local woods, and today I'm going to be testing out if the Gransfors Bruk Hunters Axe is a decent bushcraft tool. Stick around. Yeah, so as I said, I'm going to try out this Hunters Axe, Gransfors Bruk Hunters Axe, see if it's any use as a bushcraft tool. The reason I'm doing that, it's an axe. Of course, an axe is going to be good as a bushcraft tool, but any of the reviews or anything like that you read, because it has a rounded, polished pommel, they're saying that you can't pound in stakes or anything like that, which kind of a necessity in bushcraft. I'm also going to go out and get a bit of firewood now, and I want to go and get myself a chopping log for bucking up the wood. I found this dead season spruce here I'm going to take down for my firewood. It's not too tall, I'm only cooking for myself, so I don't need lots and lots of firewood. First thing you want to do if you're going to take down a tree is you want to clear up anything that your axe is going to get hung up on when you're swinging. So see all these pokies? I'm going to clear all these pokies now. So you'll notice when I'm swinging, if I'm swinging from right to left, like that, I'll have my left leg back. So if I miss, I've got a clear area here, my leg isn't in the way, I'm not going to bury my axe into my leg. I also want to stand far enough away that if you glance, you're not going to bury your axe into your leg or your foot, but not so far that you're having to reach, and then there's more likelihood of you missing. When you're limbing, you ideally want to take the limbs that are on the far side of the tree. That way the tree is in between you and the axe when you're swinging, and you want to kind of limb in the direction that the boughs are going. So if the bough is going off in that direction, that's the direction you want to limb. It's not always going to be the case, but ideally that's the way you should do it. Another way to limb is if you just hold your stick at like a 45-degree angle and just go and pop them off. Again, I'm pushing the axe away from myself, so if I glance or I miss, I'm swinging off over this way and I'm not in danger of hitting my leg. gonna head off now and try and find a chopping log, and I want to get a few sticks because I want to pound some sticks into the ground to use as a backrest for a seat. So I found some wood I want to use as a backrest from the sea. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it to length. So I found the wood I want to use as a backrest from the sea. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it to length. I'm going to put a sharp point on one end, and then I'm going to chamfer the other end for pounding it into the ground. So the reason we chamfer the edges is that when you're pounding the wood into the ground, if the edges are chamfered, the wood is less likely to mushroom out and split. And basically all you're doing is you're just knocking that corner off. See that top corner of the wood? Just knocking it off to give yourself kind of like a secondary bevel, if you will. You're beveling your wood, as it were. You don't need to go too crazy. That's all you need. 2 sticks, leave a gap for your spine, and you're in heaven. I'm just splitting up some smaller stuff to get the fire going, and this gorgeous piece has lots and lots and lots of fat wood in it. Oh, you can see that there, see the pink in the middle? It'll be a great help getting the fire going. Look at that pure fat wood. You make some lovely scrapings now, some shavings, maybe a few curls, and that'll light up lovely. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about why myself and Bernard started up the channel. We basically wanted to show the benefits of getting outdoors, getting out to the local woods, forests, camping and stuff like that, the benefits for your mental health. We basically want to try and start raising mental health awareness. This time of year can be very tough for a lot of people, you know, you're just after Christmas, everybody's broke, waiting for that first payday, you're on a salary, and it can be a very, very tough time for people. So it might be no harm to maybe reach out to someone. Maybe reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, an old friend or something like that, you know. You never know how they're doing. You know, if you're in a good place right now, it might be good for them to reconnect. You know, they might not be in a good place. If you're in a bad place right now, it might do you the world of good. I say reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, because I had a friend in school, really, really funny guy, really nice guy. He's, I'd say, one of my favourite people in the world. So funny, genuinely nice, ridiculous. You know, the life and soul of the party. Everyone always sort of lights up while he's around. Well, we were in school together, good friends down through the school years, very close. And through teen years we were very close as well. And as you do in our 20s, we kind of, you know, we drifted apart, went their own way, you know, we moved away, started having kids and stuff like that, and he was doing his own thing. I reached out to him one day out of the blue. I was coming up to my wedding, and I joined the gym, shift a few pounds, shift a bit of timber, and I was given a free pass. And I just messaged him, said, hey, I've got a free pass to the gym if you want to go. You know, the gym is close enough to where he lives. I've got a free pass to the gym if you want to go. And being honest, I thought he wouldn't take me up on the offer. I'm totally honest, you know. But he did, and we got to talking. He joined the gym then, and it turned out he was going through a very, very rough patch. A very rough patch. His mother was very ill, his father was just after having his own health issues. He had lots of other stuff going on in his life, and he's in a bad way mentally. I know he wasn't in such a great way myself now, if I'm honest. But we'd go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. We'd have a great laugh. You know, we'd be talking again outside the gym, and we'd be having a good laugh and a joke and this, that and the other. And I'd like to think that really helped him out. Really helped him out through a rough patch, you know. Certainly helped me go through my own rough patch. But you never know what people are going through, you know. They might put on the brave face. You never know what they're going through behind the scenes, you know. But yeah, that friend of mine, still in contact with him. He is literally one of my favourite people in the world. He's so funny. Someday I'll get a nice straight grain piece of wood in this forest, and it'll split first time, kablamo. I'll even do a slow-mo show. So I have my fire laid down. I'm getting hungry now, I want to get the fire going. I'm just going to build a small fire reflector first before I get it going. when you're building a fire reflector, you want to try and get like wet, danky, horrible wood. Wood that's hopefully not going to go up on you. I suppose eventually it'll dry out and go up, but certainly not today anyway. So there's my little seat to rest my little bum bum. There's my fire leg, fire reflector. So I have some stones up against the back as well. There's a little bit of protection for the donkey wood. We came to the realisation that we never do any loadout scenes in our videos, so I thought I'd do a quick one here now. We've got Gransfors Bruk Hunters Axe, little hank of paracord, this is my fire steel, first aid kit, pack of tissues, that's me pipe and lighter, Nalgene stainless steel bottle and a Pathfinder cup. Here I have my Joe Robinette grill, titanium spork, Life Venture titanium plate. This is just camera stuff, spare lens, spare batteries, spare memory card. Here I have my food, Cliff Bar, coffee, sit pad. These gloves are deadly because they're insulated and waterproof. They're motorcycle gloves made by Spada, and yeah, I've had no issues with them so far. They're pretty cool. Carry a bandana for cleaning. All fits inside my Hidden Woodsman haversack very comfortably with room to spare, actually, believe it or not. So that's about it. That's what I'd normally bring on a day hike. Maybe sometimes I might leave out the sit pad, sometimes I'll have a knife and a saw instead of an axe, or a saw and an axe, or whatever tickles me fancy on that day. And of course food differs all the time, but near enough this is what I'd have on a day hike every time I come out. My thoughts on the Gransfors Bruk Hunters Axe. Right, I suppose I might tell you the reason I got that over the small forest axe. One is I've had small forest axes in the past and I don't really get on with them. I don't get on with the handle, and I think they're just a little bit off balance. The head is slightly too heavy on them. The Hunter's Axe has a slightly lighter head. It's only an inch shorter, it's an 18-inch handle, and the Hunter's Axe addresses some of the issues I'm having with the handle. I'll show you here now. So, Gransfors Bruk Hunters Axe. The width of the handle this way is very similar to the small forest axe, okay, but it's wider this way, so it's wider from here to here, so it fills the hand a bit more. So you're still getting that narrow haft, but it fills the hand a bit more. Also, one issue I have with the small forest axe is the edges are very aggressive. They come to a very aggressive point all along here, which these don't. These are much more rounded. Feels much nicer. Small forest axe has a little hump just here, whereas this doesn't. This goes straight in. So when I'm choking up on the small forest axe, I get hot spots right here, whereas with this I don't. One of the apprehensions I had about getting the Hunter's Axe was that in all the reviews, the very few reviews there are, everyone's going on about this rounded pommel. Well, you can't bang in 10 pegs with that rounded pommel. You can't pound in 10 pegs, you can't pound in stakes, you can't pound in anything. Well, I've put that to the test today, and you know what, it was fine. It didn't hinder pounding in stakes or pegs or anything at all today. So I pounded in the pegs for the chopping log, I pounded in my seat back, pounded in the big long stakes for the fire reflector, and you know, it was fine, absolutely fine. So if you're thinking about getting one but you're apprehensive about the rounded pommel, don't worry about it. Head wise, this is more, I don't know, it's like tomahawk style. It comes across straight, slight little drop here. It's like a wildlife hatchet shape head, slightly lighter than the small forest axe. Small forest axe also has a little bit of an upsweep here. I like it, I do like it. This is the one issue I had. This is knurled here, so you can probably see, block my face out, see those lines there? It's like a grip, okay? So the wood is knurled, and the idea is, it being a hunter's axe, when you're getting blood, when it's getting wet, it gives you more grip, okay? But it also gave me a big nasty blister. Oh, if you can see that right there. That hurts. My small forest axe never did that. I didn't think it was going to be an issue because the knurling isn't as aggressive here, where you're holding it like that. It's not as aggressive, it's more aggressive on the sides. But hey, look, it is what it is. I still prefer it over the small forest axe. I think the head being slightly lighter, ever so slightly lighter. I think the small forest axe is £1.5 pounds. This feels more like £1.25 pounds, slightly under it. I think it just feels a lot more well balanced. The handle to me is a lot more comfortable, bar this knurling, which I might try and take down a little bit. Is it a decent bushcraft tool? Yes. The only thing that was going to stop it being a decent bushcraft tool possibly was the rounded polished pommel. It's not an issue, guys, it really isn't. If you're thinking about getting one, I'd suggest get one. If you can, they're fairly rare now. If you want to get a small forest axe, get a small forest axe. I have pretty much put together my own axe with what I deem to be my ideal bushcraft axe. It's a £1.25 pound hull to force head on a small forest axe handle, but I've hung the head slightly lower on the handle, so the handle is more around just slightly over 18 inches, maybe 18.5. What that's done is it's got rid of the hump at the back, and I've sanded down the aggressive edges. I've sanded down the front and the back. I'll do a video on that axe maybe in a few weeks time, but to me it's perfect. This is fairly close. I must admit, this is fairly close. This is basically, if you're looking at it here, it's basically a wildlife hatchet on steroids. Beautiful axe. Edge held up really well. Yeah, I like it. Will it replace my bushcraft axe? I don't think so. It's a nice one to have anyway. Hey guys, I'm gonna have to leave it there, unfortunately. I'm running out of time, running out of light. All this shit took longer than I thought it was going to, unfortunately, but sure, hey, that's the way it goes. I had hoped to get a bit of cooking done. I'm actually starving, but sure, they don't always work out the way you want them to. If you're interested in getting outdoors and getting out to the forest, if you're interested in getting into bushcraft or anything like that, there's a Facebook community called Living to Learn. Go on to Facebook, the guys are great there, they'll really help you out if you're only starting out, or if you're coming back to it, even if you're experienced in it and you're just looking for guys to go hang out and camp with. Really sound guys on that page, and they'll really help you. So yeah, I suggest checking out Living to Learn if you're looking to get into it. Don't be afraid of it, guys. If you are interested in getting out, maybe take a trip up to your local forest and have a bimble around. You don't need to do all the stuff I was doing here today. You don't need to build anything, you don't need to craft anything, you don't need to light a fire. You know, you can bring a little gas canister if you want to have a cup of tea, little gas canister, gas stove, and have your cup of tea. Get out though, if you want to, I'd suggest you get out. It will be highly beneficial. I think you'll really enjoy it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate your support, and hope to catch us on the next one.